Hello to you all beautiful people of the internet, and welcome into the full moon in Taurus official live stream. What's good, everybody? Appreciate you all for being here. I have just recovered from not being well for the last 2 weeks. It was not fun. No, I would not recommend to a friend, but we are here to pop up and talk about this upcoming full moon. So just to let you all know ahead of time, I'm doing some mad science right now between the audio and the video. If anything cuts out, gets weird, or anything else like that, please let me know. I'm just testing a theory. I can hear myself back, so that's good. Outside of that, let's break down this full moon in Taurus. I wanted to hop up here a little bit early just to give y'all some perspective on this a few days before it actually reaches its height. And when does it reach its height? It reaches its height on November 15th. So from now until this weekend and throughout this weekend, we are going to be really impacted and affected by the way this moon is opening up and making us accept the art of letting go. There's a lot of layers behind this. We have Uranus opposite this full moon. We have Saturn making some vibes with this full moon. And we also have what's upcoming? Oh my God, Pluto and Aquarius. Because I'm sure if you know any other astrologer, spiritualist, or anything in between, you haven't heard any of us shut up about it. But there's a huge reason why. Because the whole next 20 years of the next 2 decades of our whole entire lives are going to be really shaped around this Aquarian archetype. And this is the last full moon we're having before we step into this Pluto and Aquarius. And not just that, this age of Aquarius. So if you are someone who is a creative, an artist, an entrepreneur, you're doing something that other people haven't seen before. If you're an innovator of any sort, this is now your time. If you're someone who's into technology, if you're someone who really understands the ins and outs of that, if you're someone who understands social patterns or marketing, anything else along the lines of that, and you're doing things from your heart, and you're including community, and you're speaking your truth, and you're stepping up against any type of BS in terms of the opposition, this is what's going to be really pushing you forward. And I know that we just finished off this election cycle. We know who just got elected. I understand there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of this, not just for people who are of color, not just for people who are women, but for every single person. There's a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of change that's about to come up. And I'm really trying to help y'all know part of this full moon of Taurus, if you do this properly, is the release and letting go of the fear part, right? One thing I have to point out about everything that I've been seeing, and literally since 2019, is that the fear mongering vibration has reached its utmost. As a matter of fact, I almost want to say the fear-mongering vibration had to do everything with this Pluto and Capricorn that we're starting to leave. Now, I don't want to talk about Pluto fully this live stream because I know I'll get carried away about it, but I do want to get more into this full moon of Taurus. Because first of all, if you've been feeling a little bit more in your moods, if you've been a little bit more introspective than you have been in a while, for me, I was literally sick. I wasn't able to do much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the work done I had to do. I still did the readings that I had to do. Apologies to some of y'all who ended up getting the mini readings. I attended a little bit later than normal, just because like I was out of commission, but I'm still a workaholic, to be honest. So I appreciate y'all for having that patience in that regard. And then what I do want to kind of like at least show you in terms of this full moon and Taurus energetic is that there's going to be a different world that is forming. We don't know what the full part of Pluto and Aquarius even looks like yet, but I can tell you one thing: technology about to change. I'm gonna tell you another thing: the way we talk about community about to change. I'm gonna tell you another thing: if you don't accept that weird, quirky star part of who you are, you're going to get left in the dust. One thing that I have to mention when it comes to this Pluto and Aquarius wave in general is that for those, I said I wasn't going to talk about too much, and here we are, but for those who are choosing their authenticity, for those who are really stepping into what they want to be in the world, those who are accepting that they have power and authority and ability, then you are going to be entering this rebirth phase as this world is changing in a proper way, going on and ready for a proper route of your expression in a way that you haven't even thought it was possible prior to this. So let's hop a little bit deeper into this full moon in Taurus. For those of y'all who are looking, just to let you know, I am having the I'm doing the card pulls as well. At first, for a while, I was like, oh, I don't want to do card pulls for a bit, blah, blah, blah. But then I realized I honestly been starting to slowly fall more in love with tarot again, which has been interesting, but it just helps me really get the answers down. I think I have mastered a certain leg of astrology enough to, like, 1, teach, 2, tell y'all what's going on, right? And 3, really make sure that y'all get all the information needed. So I'm about to put down mini reading for the full moon in Taurus. Wow. Someone just asked, is there a replay of this? Yes, there's going to be a replay of this. It's going to be the same exact link as this right now. I was thinking about potentially bringing in more classes coming up, post this that are more personalized. I want to be able to, like, sit down and meet with you. I actually just came out of a group. I was interviewed by, his name's Watery Aquarius over on Instagram. He ended up asking me to tell my story to his group. And I really was thinking about it. I'm like, speaking to another Aquarius, I'm like, the new wave that's coming up really is about more community. And I know that I've been really building this platform to have a really dope and safe space for, like, people talking about energy, life, love, the pursuit of happiness, all that good stuff. So I do want to start doing more group things. I'm gonna slowly implement that as that goes, but that's something I do want to put in your ear. So if you are someone who's looking for that, or looking for more classes that are way more, like, closed off for a very reasonable price, please, like, let me know down in the comments or chirp over in the live so I can end up checking back and getting the feedback that we need. Okay, let me look at the chat real quick, and then we're going to hop into the fullness of this full moon. So what's good, Uptown Business, Liv, House Cat, Jenny. Okay, you got to catch a live. What's good? What's up, Jen? Representative Jennifer's in the chat. There are a few of y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling through. What's good, AW? Yes, there will be the replay. Live, you're entering a new chapter of your life. Everything's going to change. I've sat down and really understand and transmute my fear around it. It was good. I am talented. Appreciate y'all for all being here. And I want to point out what Liv just said a second ago, that everything's changed and you had to sit down to understand it. I don't know if y'all remember the newsletter I wrote or when I talked about this Scorpio season. Scorpio season forces you to go within. I'm going to be so honest with y'all. One of the most difficult parts about when I wasn't, like, I'm a very active person just as a human being. So not being able to, like, run about the way that I normally do or at the same pace as I normally do definitely had an impact. So I had to really sit back and think about certain things, or, like, download certain things that I hadn't thought about for a really long time. And so I had to sit there and go through all the Scorpio themes of love, old betrayals that had happened to me, all these, like, deeper seated things that were, like, just kind of in, like, the skeleton, so to speak, like the things that we think about so often but are hard to put to words. Like, Scorpio season is what brings that out. So for me, literally, they're like, bro, you don't listen to nothing. You a hustler, you a go-getter, you the one that's going to get up and try to bring all this positivity. Sit yourself down. So I had to sit down and be like, I just felt better, like, as of today. So you know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I'm bringing this up too is because Taurus has a lot to do with your general health, not just your health, but the routines that you have, right? Taurus is the earth, the fixed earth. Taurus, I know a lot of people talk about Taurus and they're like, food, which, yes, every Taurus loves food. No crap. I am being monetized right now. Regardless. When it does come to food, it's not about food. Taurus is about sustenance. Taurus is about substance, right? And then that's the reason why when it comes to Taurus energies and Taurus people in general, I honestly really love y'all, because if y'all like somebody, if y'all stick to something, if y'all choose to, like, put your energy into something, y'all be showing up. Shout out to all the Tauruses in the chat, for real. You know what I'm saying? And especially for y'all who've been here for a hot minute, the consistency that y'all are able to bring is uncanny, right? Because for y'all, it's a simple process. Let's get a little deeper into Taurus though. Taurus rules the five senses. Taurus is also ruled by Venus. If you don't know much about Venus, I have a Venus masterclass that's up and available for free. So make sure you check that out. But Taurus ruling the five senses. This is all of the things that you touch, hear, see, taste, and why is this leaving me right now? Smell. There we go. So when it comes to all of these senses, Taurus has the deepest relationship out of all of the zodiac to this. It doesn't matter if you're a Taurus sun, moon, or rising, or if you have prominent Taurus in your chart, specifically Venus as well. There's going to be a really strong part to like you needing to have materials a certain way, you needing to have like something else. You're going to like things that are nice and luxury and luxurious. Is probably why you're watching me right now. All jokes aside. The other part to like the Taurus thing that I really want to point out is that I love Taurus. And as much as y'all are like the biggest supporters in the world, y'all being able to let go of things is not something that comes natural to y'all. It's not something that's easy. You probably still have the oldest blankie you ever have in your house. Still, you could be grown. You could be literally like whatever age past wherever they thought it was okay. You probably still have it. You probably still have your favorite stuffed animal from back in the day. You might still have like a letter from a older lover that you had just to be like, okay, maybe I have been doing this for a minute, right? As a matter of fact, I have a Taurus friend that pulled around. I talked to her earlier today. She pulled around earlier from literally middle school. She was friends with one of the first girls I ever dated, and we just always got along as homies. And they still rock with me as a person to this day, right? And on the other side of that, Taurus, shout out to you if you're here. But for Taurus, right, it really is about, oh, what's good, Soulful? How you living? But the whole idea behind that is that, like, you know, when you grow in life, and this is something personal, hopefully this ends up helping you. When you grow in life, it's so important to like have those people, if you can, kind of remind you who you were, who you are, and where your trajectory is at. And if you don't have people like that in your world, this Pluto and Aquarius is going to start to really match people together who just come from that same resonance, that come from that same mindset, that come from that same power. So all this to say, full moon in Taurus, again, it's about the value and what you value. But guess what? Full moons are about releasing. Full moons are about cutting cords. As a matter of fact, this is an excellent full moon to cut cords. What does that mean? What is cutting cords, right? It actually brought up to me the other day when I was in a reading with someone. And I realized I hadn't never really talked about what that is or what that means. I've definitely worked at a lot of spots. For those of y'all who didn't know, I used to work at House of Intuition in LA. So I was very familiarized in terms of like candles, crystals. I was the crystal shop boy for a few years until I fully became the the astrologer I am today. But oh, can't stay, but catch you later. Peace out and much love to you. Appreciate you for always showing up. But yeah, when it comes to at least this full moon release, again, Taurus loves what they love. They don't like to let go of what they love. They want to smother and cuddle and make sure that you're well fed and like, don't leave this bed. I'm here for you. That's Taurus at their best. Like when Taurus is really doing that, they're like, right? Shout out to Jennifer, been following me since house. You see the trajectory, right? And it's funny. I was just talking about Taurus and having people remind you how far you came from, where you at now, and where you're headed. And that's what the opposition to the Scorpio sun is doing with this full moon. Let's dig into Scorpio for a second. Okay. So it's Scorpio season, the season of the dog. Right. As a matter of fact, to be so honest with you, it was Halloween that got me sick. I was just out during Halloween. I decided to go outside once. I was just like chilling. I decided to be social. And I got sick. How could they? This is a energy drink, YouTube. Don't be weird. But in terms of how the Scorpio energetic works. Oh, you saw how that you saw that? You see how the focus keep changing? I know that y'all saw that. I was about to say Scorpio's mad mysterious. The thing with Scorpio is that there's a certain veil that typically goes up with Scorpio. Scorpio is the water sign. That's the fixed water sign. It's the sister sign of Taurus. So what's up with Scorpio? Well, usually when you think about Scorpio, you think about good old loving and shaboinking. You think about, oh man, they a little off the rocker about this thing. They're really passionate about this. And also at their best, the emotional clarity in terms of intimacy, artistry, and everything that they want to do, they just fully do to the fullest, right? I was watching a video on here the other day. I'm a big camera nerd, you know what I'm saying? I work production stuff. We be making stuff happen. But I was watching my guy, his name is Peter McKinnon. For those of y'all who aren't familiar, because he's a very Taurus, Scorpio kind of person. For those of y'all who aren't familiar with Peter McKinnon, if you've ever seen a YouTube video ever that started off with somebody making a cup of coffee and like getting all that done, he's the person who popularized that whole entire movement, and since then has been a very strong person in the world of content creation and basically everything film related, right? So why am I mentioning all this? Because when it does come to this guy, he did something that no one else has ever done before. And so he was tasked with it, and I'm not going to show it because I think YouTube will be weird about it, but it's called the Bucket Shot 2. And if y'all want to watch it, just to watch it, I think you're going to get a really good perspective of someone that has that very Scorpio and Taurus energetic. I know he's a Scorpio sun for sure, but the reason why I'm saying this, he got tasked with an impossible task. And he was amongst hundreds of people who all basically were shooting that professional. Everyone was trying to get this impossible shot. What was the impossible shot? Let me tell you, right? This man was supposed to take a picture of 2 planes from Red Bull. Also, shout out Red Bull. I am actually a for those of y'all who don't know, shout out Red Bull, because I should be drinking a Red Bull instead, to be honest. They are the only, I didn't get sponsored by them, but I have done, and I've taught astrology classes at Red Bull HQ. That was really cool. It's one of my favorite things to do. When people are like, oh, who have you worked for? I'm like, Red Bull. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm just Red Bull's only astrologer per contract. What y'all want? All that to say, the Red Bull situation that happened was they sent 2 planes that were going to go right over the solar eclipse, right? And essentially he was trying to line up everything so it worked perfectly with the logo, right? I'm searching it up right now just to give y'all the picture itself. Yes, so I'm just pulling it up. One sec, y'all. Y'all know I'll be doing stuff. Oh, shut up! Stop yelling at me, yes, man. Okay, so this right here, this is the photo. This is the photo. This is crazy. This is absolutely bonkers. It's like the fact that he took this photo ever. And mind you, this is it was a 2-minute interval in between. It took a lot of preparation. He was talking about how scared he was to miss it. And on the day of, he let go of his thing to try to get it right. And this is what he said that's so important. He's like, as a Scorpio person, he finally let go of all the fear. And he said, you want to know what? We're just going to do it live. We're just going to trust in our instincts. We're just going to let go of all the fear for a second. And we're just going to do the best we can at that moment that it happens and see what goes on from there. Did you just see that impossible shot? Man shot that from the ground up into the sky in pitch darkness, mind you, in literally pitch black. So if someone can take that impossible shot, what gives them the credence to do so? Well, let me tell you. The best part about Taurus energy is that Taurus is stupidly consistent, stubbornly consistent for my Taurus people in here. Love y'all, but it's true. And with that being said, when Taurus knows its power, it takes time to do things bit by bit by bit by bit. And by the time you turn around, they've already made a mountain out of a molehill. Not because they were rushing it, not because they were forcing it to happen, not because they were chasing the fame, glitz, and glamour of it all, but because they stayed the course when other people quit. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I'm gonna pretend like that was so profound. Ooh. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Still getting over what I was getting over. But, oops. Oh well. So, the other side to this, right? Actually, one sec. Hold up. Where's the set? Sorry, I just didn't want to cough at y'all. Make sure, I hope that y'all still hear me. My fault. I just didn't want to cough like at y'all. All this to say, what's going on? Well, when it comes to this full moon, ritual ain't a bad thing. I'm doing this right now to help cleanse the chat. Anybody who's here needs a little bit of love and cleansing. This is for y'all. Soulful just said something really interesting. And I appreciate you for bringing this up, right? Fire fell on the floor. But I appreciate y'all for bringing this up because you just said, hey, unfortunately, I quit a lot in my life. And I want to stop there for a hot second for any of y'all, because this really does go for everybody. If you quit things in your life, but find better clarity in what it is you truly want, then you haven't lost. There is no wasted time, but there is time wasted. And so if you gave the shot to something and you like it and you love it, I'm going to tell you a very interesting trade secret. It's always going to come back around. The problem is, especially with Taurus and Scorpio are very obsessive about the form that it first came in, right? So in terms of this, and what I mean by this is that when you, let's say, for example, you wanted to do ballet, good example, right? Let's say you want to do ballet. So you did ballet for a few years. You got really good at it, but then you quit. Okay. You quit ballet. You're feeling like you're missing something out or missing out on something, but you don't have the same oomph to get back into ballet the same way that you did. But next thing you know, you find a situation and there's a dance class that opens up. And so you take the chance to go to the dance class and you might love a new style. What I mean by this is that at the end of the day, are you not still dancing? Are you not still showing off that emotional part? Maybe you're not doing dance at all. Maybe you start acting. Well, while you're acting, you put a little extra onto your character. You let yourself stretch on out and be larger than life. Okay. Let's say that you don't even work in that regard. Let's say you have a desk job, right? But you used to do ballet. Well, to be honest, you're gonna need to have a pastime. You're going to need to have to put something that you can emotionally put your passion into, right? It's not rosemary, that was cedar, actually. Just to let y'all know, in case someone was wrong there. But the whole idea of this is that when you let go of the expectation of what it exactly has to be, the emotional world that you have will open up and show you how to actually get that thing going, moving, rotating, and being. What do I mean by this? I'm going to use myself as an example because I'm an Aries rising, so I can get away with it. But To use myself as an example, right? I am, at the end of the day, I'm a multifaceted, multidisciplinary artist. Like, if I'm just being honest, like that's what's going on. However, life only started making sense for me when I fully dived into astrology. What? What do you mean? Well, when I fully said, hey, astrology is the thing that I like, it's what I love. Actually, I've been doing this as long as I've been doing everything else, but this is where my heart's been at the whole time. And last year, or was it 2 years ago? It was 2 years ago. It was before my whole content creation journey for real, where I decided, yo, I had my camera at the time. It was a different one. It was a Canon. I had my music stuff at the time. For those of y'all who are dorks too, it was like a UAD Apollo. Like, it was the best thing you could have. And I sold both of those because at the time I lost my, or no, I didn't lose my job. I quit my job because they were tripping. I quit the job I was working. I didn't know what else was going on. I needed to pay my rent for the month as I decided to really dive into like just doing this stuff from my phone. And I hate phone footage more than anything, right? But I was like, you want to know what? Let's just do this. And if you look back at the old shorts that I have, the ones that are really ugly, I was just like, oh, every single day I'm doing a horoscope until I get good again, till I get on point, till I do this stuff. And it wasn't cute. It wasn't cute. Sounded weird. I was trying too many different things and it just wasn't going on the right way. And when I tell y'all, it was the moment that I let go of this series. I got to a certain point of consistency where I was comfortable with being consistent. And it was when I let go of like the control of like having it be a certain way, more doors started to open. More opportunities started to come through. And with that being said, getting from that point, I briefly got to work as a head of production. I have gotten my set up again through astrology, through y'all coming through, getting readings with me. I have been able to like really start to like genuinely come through and be able to serve y'all back as a community. And I'm grateful for that every single day. Which is why, like, even when I slip or if I'm late on something, I'm late to a live stream, which I was 2 minutes late for like right now, it really does impact me. But guess what? It impacts me because I care. And as much as I might be like hard on myself for that, one of the most important parts, even for me in this instance, is to let that go. Not everything is going to go perfectly. Not everything is going to be searched out like that. When people are so caught up in having everything be perfect all the time, those are honestly like the worst people to be around. Because what is perfection? And why does the perfection have to be the only way that you see it? Right? Why does perfection have to be the only way that you see it? Have you involved everyone else? Have you talked to other people? If you can't take the criticism of things and be able to move past that and dive in deeper, then what's the point? And so Taurus may not take criticism well unless they have a crush on somebody. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. They have a crush on somebody, you're pretty enough, the Taurus will be like, okay. But if you're just a regular person, you want to get Taurus energy people to budge? Who are you? You're not Venusian enough. All jokes aside though, for real, one of the biggest parts to this whole thing is that you can't really make your transmutation the way that you want. You cannot change the world that you live in, your emotional world, your physical world, whatever's in front of you, until you take that stance to be consistent wherever it is that you're aiming for and let go of what that specifically has to look like. I was willing to just say, screw everything else that I've really cared about, and except for like the people that I'm close to and this astrology work. And I got to work. I feel like I'm really a bad example a lot of the times because people will be like, oh, what led to your social media success? Wow, you get numbers on social media. How did you do that? I'm like, well, and some people are like, oh, it's luck. It's like, or I went to school for marketing. I was top of my class in that. I worked for that. During my classes, I was also studying astrology even deeper because I was like, oh, that's cool. My literal last thing that I put out during college that I did for my marketing class was a whole essential oil business that I wrote. And it brought in chakras, and it brought in astrology, and it brought in the stuff that I like. And when I was presented exactly what was on my heart in front of people that didn't know what the was going on, they all got to rock with it. Why? It was authentic. Why? It was something true to me. Why? Because I spent time doing it. And now you let it go. You let it go. Because I could have been like, yo, this essential oil business that I wrote out, the whole thing, I have to do it exactly this way. No. The most important part to me was the energy, the astrology, and being able to serve people and give them something that was important to them, to give them what they needed in that regard. And maybe that transferred out to me being on live, speaking to you all. Maybe that transferred out to me doing the work I do in terms of the readings that I have with y'all specifically. But when you get so caught up in exactly how your passion has to go, you're not going to get past a place. You're going to be very stuck. So if you're someone who's feeling very stuck right now, ask this full moon in Taurus to get you unstuck. Because this, I'm going to get to the astrology in a second, this full moon is opposite Uranus. As a matter of fact, I talked about it, so I must show it. All right, what's up, y'all? So this right here, there we go. Look at that, I'm a genius. I even clicked the right thing. Look at us go. All right, so this right here is the moon. Oh, what's that on there? What's that on there? It looks like the moon is mooning us. The moon is literally mooning us. The big cheese is showing us the big cheese. And man, it's the juicy one, respectfully. Shout out Taurus. Anyway, what I can't say, respectfully, as I keep moving forward, is that the Uranus part to all this, right? Uranus is a planet of change. Uranus is a planet of awakening. Uranus is a planet of like, we didn't even know that this was possible, but now everything's changed. What are we in right now? We are in pressing times. I'm just gonna say pressing times. I don't feel like being too fancy. We're in pressing times right now. When you look around, even for people who are happy about things that have gone on in the world, they're still unstable about it. Everyone's still in a tizzy about everything. No one has sat down and been like, let's just do the best we can do. So the idea when it does come to at least this specific part to like the moon, Uranus conjunction, opposite the sun, there is a whole new world that's waiting for you, but you can't see it yet. And you can't see it yet until you accept. And here's the secret of this full moon. Until you accept the divine intellect of your emotions, you can't manifest what you want. Until you really go through that emotional pool and allow yourself to feel your feelings, you can't even get what you want. So many people in this world are like, where's my person coming in? Have you accepted your emotions? Have you really done the work to like fully let everything out? And then there's some of you in here that might be hearing that like, oh no, I have. I totally did. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Why? Because the universe moves this way to teach you things, to show you things, and reward you for things when you're consistent towards something, and then you let it go. You just had a master class on manifestation. You ain't even know. But genuinely speaking, I'm like, there's a lot of tea in there. I'm not gonna lie. But the reason why this is all so important, Uranus is what I like to call the big yeet. If you've ever seen the meme of Rafiki throwing Symbol off a Pride Rock, it's one of my favorite things ever. It's such a meme. Some of y'all are gonna be like, oh my God, it's terrible. Some of y'all are gonna laugh, this is how it goes. But what I can say is that this big change, this big shock, Uranus is lightning. Uranus is the energy. Uranus is the electricity that keeps this thing going. Without Uranus, we don't have this connection to begin with. Without Uranus, I wouldn't have made this mad science contraption to make an old camera look like the most fancy thing I can. Like I did this for no reason. If I show you what this looks like right now without all this stuff on it, you'll be like, what happened? But what's good, Ellen? How you living? But yeah, with all this situation, with all this change, right? That's what's really like making what we like to say fertile ground. And as this release is happening, what are we releasing? we're releasing the expectations that we've had of other people. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the full moon in Taurus is going to show the world that common sense is not common anymore. Common sense is not common anymore. Why? Because we're entering a new paradigm of what the new is supposed to look like. The moralistic compass that I got taught by my grandparents, that some of y'all might have gotten taught from some of y'all elders, that's not as prevalent in the world as it used to be. It's not. Even because as the world as a total started to slowly step away from religion, no matter how you feel about religion or not, just as a literal fact, as the world stepped away from religion, we ended up coming into a more individualistic part, right? Even tropical astrology, to be honest, is really built off of the individual. It's built off of you, right? Vedic astrology is how they impact the whole, right? I'm grateful to also have a bunch of people who I speak to astrology about who are Indian and like from the culture, and they agree with some of my takes as well. And respectfully, they come get the tropical astrology done. So not to say that anyone else can't do that or give you information, but let's just say that whatever astrology that you resonate most to will be the astrology that is for you in that regard. So for mine. Anyway, with that being said, there are the mini readings in Taurus that are available as well. I was pointing down below, like it's down below. I think it's actually over to the side, if I'm being specific, right? So make sure that y'all end up tapping in for that. I don't know if anyone has so far yet, but that should change. Oh, I lied. Y'all did. Y'all was coming through. I lied. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect y'all. Y'all came through. I appreciate you. My fault. My fault. My bad. My bad. I was wrong. Thank you for buying me. Thank you for buying me tacos. I appreciate you. Okay. Do y'all see that I'm feeling better? Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, it was a perilous time. But let's get on over to one more thing as I'm kind of riffing in between. I'm about to trail off. So let me get back to something important. Does anyone have any questions about this full moon so far, though? Make sure that y'all drop that through. So y'all haven't signed up for my newsletter. What are you doing with your life? So this is Under the Stars We Wander. Speaking of, side question, if I started going by Under the Stars We Wander, would y'all like for real know it's me? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you think that like that's whatever? It's a random question. I'm just out of curiosity. But this is a full moon in Taurus. Wow, look how pretty it is. Wow, look at him go. He works so hard. Okay. So as we can see, this is happening right now. I'm not going to click it because then we're going to have that mirror thing, and that's weird. Ooh, what's this? If you type in your email, so if you type in your email and then you press subscribe, that ends up doing that thing. Cool. Anyway, this is that. I actually put it down to $25 because I cared. See how much I love y'all? Okay. All right, let's get over to here. So one thing I also have to mention about this day that I haven't yet is that Saturn's going direct in Pisces on this day. Shout out to the super chat. Who just left me a super chat? I forgot these are even available. Who just, shout out Jennifer. Shout out to you. Much love. I remember our reading from a very, very long time ago. I literally remember it. Good job. Anyway, but let's get into the Saturn and Pisces one, right? So let's hop back over to this. I'm clicking the wrong stuff again. See, I'm a genius sometimes. I'm a genius when I'm like, I'm a genius. But when I'm not a genius, I'm just a regular guy, you know? This thing. Let's get it. So I'm back to being a genius again. Y'all can't stop me. Okay, so right here we have the moon making a sextile to Neptune, making a trine to the end of this Pluto and Capricorn. But most importantly, oh, what's this? Saturn was just retrograde for what? The last 5-6 months? Probably 5, I'm being honest. I have a lot of astrology that lives in my brain. But yes, I believe it's 5 months. It goes retrograde for a year, 5 to 6. And the idea though, right, is that Saturn going direct. Let me get back to my beautiful face. Okay, but Saturn going direct, right? The hardship. Because when Saturn goes retrograde, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a time to dig in. That's a time to really get your skills together. So think about the skills that you've been coming across over the last 5 months without you even knowing that it was retrograde. And if you do know it's retrograde, let's add it even more. Without you knowing retrograde, what have you worked on over the past 5 months that maybe you didn't even think that you had to at that time? What karmatic situations have occurred since then. Who has come into your life? Who has left your life? And why? When you really sit back, think about that, hit the of it all, you start to really gather what's the work you've really been doing underneath the layers of things. Much love. Yeah, I have a heart. It's oh yeah, 6 people liking that. Y'all better come through for the mini readings then. Pull up. When does Saturn go direct? Saturn goes direct on November 15th, the same exact day of this full moon in Taurus. Same day. Same exact day. So what is it about this that's so important? Well, Saturn going direct on that same exact day is literally letting whatever you are releasing for this full moon. And I almost want to tell y'all just on some, this is what y'all watch me for. This is the sauce. If you can use this full moon in Taurus to release the old preconceived notions of everything that you've experienced in the past 5 months, what hasn't worked for you, what doesn't resonate with you anymore, what doesn't tap into your heart, and you take all the rest of what you have been working for and choose to emotionally feel into it and dedicate yourself to the cause moving forward and into the next year upcoming, you're going to be literally unstoppable. Unless I try to. No, not generally speaking. Literally unstoppable, right? For real. 1 second. Someone asked a really good question that was specific. And okay, actually, Soulful asked this. You have Venus and Taurus. Will the full moon affect that in relationships? Yeah, for sure. And if you aren't in a relationship type deal, that might be you releasing that old relationship finally, right? And that goes along for everyone. Now, mind you, the full moon impacts every single person differently based on their sun, moon, and rising and their astrology. How do I know this? Well, if you want to check that out for yourself, obviously I'm going to be pulling cards at the end wherever you, oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, now I'm a genius again. If you want to know how the full moon is impacting your zodiac sign, there's a place for it. There's a place for it. Got you covered. Subscribe to the newsletter. What are you doing? Yeah, because you single? Well, have you let go of the old way of how you go about things? Are you going to let yourself open up to new love? Because that's scary too. Scorpio don't like to open up to new love for nothing. New people, they're mad suspicious. They're either mad suspicious of that or they being mad suspicious. That's how Scorpio work, you know what I'm saying? Much love though. For those of y'all who know, y'all know. Every Scorpio that accepts that fullness of their emotion though, and they're not afraid of that, and they live that truth, some of my favorite people in the world. For real. When they accept the dark and they're like, I can transmute this because I can alchemize whatever, some of my favorite people in the world. I do it as soon as you said Scorpio at 26:22, felt like some light went out or something. Oh. I sighed at it. I don't know if that was you or not, G. I'm not going to say it was or not because I don't really know. But I could say that coincidences don't exist for real. That's all I'll say. Because I don't know. So when I come on here to talk to y'all, I really just tried my best, and I intend in my heart at the very least to like give y'all whatever it is that y'all need to know. There's a reason why I typically used to call these like everything you need to know. Because I'm like, what do the people need to know? You know what I'm saying? What can, from my astrology knowledge, from my obsession with learning about the world and people and the whole vibe, how can we end up putting that together in a special package, a pretty one too, so everyone can really understand like what's going on. Make it look good, make it sound good, make it look sexy. Anyway, and there's not one last thing, there's 2 things. 1 second, I'm gonna read it. If y'all got more questions in the comments, make sure y'all drop them over. I want to explain this last piece of astrology. I'll get to the comments and then I'll pull some of the cards. For those of y'all who get in the mini tarot readings, I'm gonna start sending those out by tomorrow. I'm not trying to force it because I literally just got over being sick very recently, but I will be starting to send those out tomorrow. Get them to you by Friday. Ideally, at the absolute latest, you will be getting them on the 17th. I work during the weekdays, so I don't have the same time that I had prior. where I was just able to like do stuff on a dime. But I still have my time set aside for readings, everything else like that. If you do get a reading with me, just know that that's all set. We're going to hop into that for that. So, oh, I forgot to, I'm talking about the astrology. I didn't even pull it back up. Who am I? Who am I even? That guy. Besides that, though, let's get to this. So, oh, I'm feeling so much better. I was feeling like trash. Okay. Now, let's talk about this trine. This trine on over to Pluto and Capricorn, right? With Uranus, the planet of surprise, aha, this awakening, change, big planet of rebirth. Y'all, let that go. So many things in your world are going to change so fast. It's about letting go of fear. It's the art of letting go. That's what this whole full moon's about. On top of this, we're having a sextile over to Neptune and Pisces. So what does that mean? Well, a sextile is an opportunity. Sextile is an opportunity. A sextile is a working together kind of energy. So as this full moon is releasing your fears, guess what? Your delusions of grandeur and your dreams are getting closer in this process. They are building on that, right? Whenever I see, in general, let me just double check. Yeah, whenever I see Pisces and Taurus as that sextile, I always think of like an oasis. You know what I'm saying? Like literally like an oasis is probably the best way that I could put that vibe. If y'all never got a reading with me, y'all need to pull through because I have profound insights for everyone's chart. And if you had gotten a reading a few years ago, I promise you I am leagues better. Like I promise you, it's a different type of time. So, and if y'all don't know where to find that, actually, look at that, marketing skills. I swear, I'm clicking the wrong things. Tech skills. Okay, this is the mini reading, right? Make sure y'all check this out. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Wow, so pretty. I'm working on my website right now. I'm kind of nervous about it. I ain't gonna lie. I used to have a website before every astrologer you probably knew, unless they were like way older than I was. But life be happening. Anyway, if y'all want to get this, honestly, this has been my most popular. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I've been reading birth charts forever and I love it. But this has been my most popular pull up. Like people love pulling up. It's half of it's astrology, half of it's tarot, pretty much. We intuitively break these things down. But was I just going to show you that? I think I was going to show you that. Yes. Because then we also have the premium astrology reading. You ain't ever got a reading. Come on. Like, and you get to keep it. And it's, oh, come on. And for the people who are really ambitious, I've had a few of y'all so far. If y'all need reviews or like any insight into that, my 90-day thing, bro. I've been seeing so much transformation. For anybody who has done that and y'all in the comments, make sure that y'all either drop it below so everyone else can see or you throw it over in the live chat. That'd be really appreciated. Because yeah, it's a cool time. All right. I've said the things that I've needed to. Let me check in with y'all in the chat. I have the cards over there. They're in front of me. So then we're going to break those down as well. So, is today the last day to order your full moon mini reading? It's not. Like I like when people are on time. It's not the last day to do so, but the later that you do it, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I got ADHD, shorty. The later that you do it, your boy neurodivergent. The later that you do it, the later I'm gonna be like, oh wait, I gotta. So like when I tell people, yo, get it done, it's because I try to knock them all out at once. So the more people are in the queue earlier on, the faster you get your reading. That's just how my brain works. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Because and I'm gonna do it prettily because I know how to. I've been doing a tarot for Keen Psychics. I do their tarot Tuesday and all their other stuff. So if y'all want to check that out, I'll be doing stuff. I'll be working. Love y'all though. This is my favorite part to all my. This is my favorite part of the week every week. I'm not gonna lie. It's always great to tap in with y'all. Okay, Jenny says she likes the philosophy. It's great. Thanks. It took a lot of pain. It took a lot of pain, a lot of transmutation, a lot of hard conversations. I'm still working on stuff, you know, a lot of healing, a lot of admitting to self about life. Like it's not a fun process. Like healing is not fun. I don't care what nobody tell me. I don't care how fun you try to make it. It's not a fun process. The getting into that water truth, that scorpionic truth about things, it's not a fun process. But when you're out on the other side, it's good, right? If you hate working out, it's like, oh, working out sucks. When you see yourself peek through and you like, is this a six pack? That's when things start to change. That's when you want to be more consistent again. So just, you know, don't sweat the technique. Just make sure the technique is being brought through. Hoping for some good vibes this full moon. Make it so. You have Jupiter in that thing too. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. A lot of manifestation is just believing that it's all going to be good, right? Your life is perfect. Everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be all right too. I tend to stop investing in things when they slow down. I realized today that I need to let go of fear of things not working out, invest in my passion, and not look for something to replace it. Well, look at that. People have been watching my live stream so far. No, but genuinely, that's amazing. I can't wait. It's a beautiful thing. Definitely not fun, but very rewarding. Guess what this full moon in Taurus about, y'all? Guess what's going through with this Scorpio thing? You think getting into that Scorpio vibe is fun? I mean, it's fun and like it's only fun if you got a certain partner with y'all both getting that Scorpio back. That's not important. What I can say is that on the other side of it, right? Is that like when you do get to the other side of that transmutation, you're newfound, right? I felt like absolute trash 2 days ago. I did my Scorpio work. Here I am. Better than ever, more beautiful, glistening. You wouldn't even tell. You would have thought. I'm gonna start yapping so I can still focus. 555 on the clock. That sounds like 555 sounds like card o'clock. Let's get it. As a matter of fact, I ain't even opened this yet. This is the Justice card. As we can see, it is overexposed, but that's fine. Justice card. I just picked up the deck. That's the first thing that I saw. And then one thing about that, right, is that neurospice is the spice of life, dog. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Ooh. Want to see me do a trick? No, finally, sorry. It's called cleansing the deck. Okay. But okay, cool. I intend for all of these cards to give every single person either in here watching this later on in a replay, or for those of y'all who skip through my videos to find the timestamps, whatever y'all do. This reading, always open the window when you do this. This right here, made it to another live. What's good, Tony? This right here is going to be bringing y'all some clarity into your sun, moon, and rising. Make sure that you check for your sun, moon, and rising, but mostly your rising, because your rising sign is the most important. But we'll have that conversation later. And for those of y'all who don't know, I have mad masterclasses out. I have 8 different masterclasses out for free, including an astrology 101. Don't say I ain't give y'all the sauce, because I at least got y'all the first parts of that recipe. You know, if you want the full sauce though, you gotta come to the guy. That's all I gotta say. You gotta see the chef. I don't know who the chef is. I don't know who that guy would be. All right. Let Go Studio. Oh, that's one of the homies in here. What's good? I was like, Let Go Studio. I'm like, let's go to the studio. Maybe I do have to go to the studio. I ain't even people was the username. What's good, yo? All right. The astrology 101 is so good. You let them know, House Cat. I'm just trying to say. All right. I think I've done this enough. This is one of the first tarot decks I ever had. I don't think it's the absolute first one. No, it wasn't the first one. The first one I ever had, I actually got from a Scorpio. I just thought about that. Like literally the first tarot deck I ever got, I didn't even think about that. Wow, it's been so long. I got it from my homegirl because she had a deck. It was around, I think it was in Scorpio season when I picked up tarot for the first time. So it was around their birthday. I gave them a gift or something. And I was like, oh, this is a really cool tarot deck. She's like, I never used it. Do you want to borrow it? I was like, for sure. I never gave it back. I ain't gonna lie, but shout out to you. Shout out, Taryn. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's get it. Okay, so what card do we need for the collective? You know, let's get into that. Let's get it. I love when y'all be talking to each other and stuff too. I'm like, look at that. We're building community. Isn't that cool? All right. So remember how I was telling you this was a release day? Remember how I said that this entire live stream so far? The first card I have for the collective is the 5 of Cups. Now, the 5 of Cups, one of my favorite cards, only because it's kind of funny to me. The 5 of Cups reminds me of like Batman. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, the city's gone awry, everything's gone. Meanwhile, it's like, hey, you know that you're rich and you can like do anything you want ever. It's like, but the city. All this to say, the reason and the way that this relates to you in real life is that like you might have put all your eggs in a few baskets. You know what I'm saying? And there's this quote by Kobe Bryant where it's like when everyone says don't put all your eggs in one basket, but you could just make more eggs. And I want to say this. If y'all have been trying to do too much, this full moon in Taurus is like, simplify your life. You're doing too much. Chill out. You're crashing out, trying to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Very important to cleanse your deck. Facts. That's an ill fact. And the idea when it does come to this, right, is that underneath, although there might be a feeling of loss, maybe you're letting go of something that was old. Maybe you're letting go of something that you thought was always going to last. This Knight of Wands is showing you that you have the ability to keep pushing the ball forward. You have the ability to keep making magic happen in your world. So where you might be looking at it like, this is your opportunity to actually take this forward and to take those things that did not spill over, take those things that did still resonate, take the things that you thought, maybe you were so caught up in the loss that you're not seeing the blessings that are involved. This is like, for those of y'all who do see the blessings involved, take that and run with it, because that's what's going to give you a lot of benefit in the future. Okay. So let's get into this. This is the full moon in Taurus. I'm going to start off with earth and water. I'm going to go back and forth because I like to confuse you all. But honestly, though, we're going to go to earth, water, and back and forth between the sister signs. And then the next we're going to do fire and air. So I hope that works. But Taurus, you are first today. You lovely, lovely Venusian beings. Let's break this down. All right. So for Taurus, let's see what we got for you for your full moon in Taurus, right? I play in attack mode. Haha, you got to start building, Taurus. Look at you building stuff. Look at you manifesting whatever you want, but having it take time. Look at you being patient and kind and taking all the time in the world that you need to make things happen. Look at you go. No, but seriously. Because guess what? The more patience, I think the things that you have been trying to invest in recently, Taurus, is literally going to start paying off. Someone said it was 555 when I got started. Big change coming. What did I just say? This whole entire reading. Look for the synchronicities. Look for everything else. All of y'all. Not just for Taurus. But specifically for Taurus. Y'all are in this position to like literally let things grow. As a matter of fact, as we go into Pluto and Aquarius, you're going to be the ones that are looking to build more abundance anyway, right? Because they're going to be like, we're doing this new thing. But wait, how do we keep it stable? And they're going to look on over to the Taurus. It's like, didn't Uranus just impact your sign? And then Taurus would be like, you know, I am kind of thick. I'm gonna be like, no, not that. Not that. But wait a second. Aren't you the ones that made everything happen? And Taurus is just there like, how much? They're like, X amount of dollars. They're like, whatever you need. But genuinely, Taurus, on the realest part, this whole full moon is going to really teach you how to dig in. What's up, Jeremiah? Much love, yo. It's so weird. I met Jeremiah in real life not too long ago, and we already had a reading too. Much love, bro. I hope that the reading ended up helping through. It's always cool and like bizarre to meet people in person, and then they're like, hey, I've been watching your YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, you see me untethered. You see me on bad behavior. I appreciate y'all, man. Much love, bro. All right, let's get it. Y'all say whatever y'all gotta say. I'm just saying, I have seen there's a common thread amongst a handful of Taurus people, and it's either they thick them or they can sing, or both, one or the other. Just a fact. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. That's all I gotta say. All right, so okay, Scorpio. This is gonna be for y'all. Let's see what's pulling through. Oh, things are hopping out, Scorpio. And not the things you think. That was an innuendo. I'm sorry. I'm no better. Anyway, so we have I'm feeling so much better. I was feeling so trash. So I appreciate y'all dealing with me at my first like because I was not having fun. Now I am. The Wheel of Fortune. As a matter of fact, what's underneath this, Scorpio? It seems as though y'all got extra cards today. All right, Scorpio. Y'all are on the side of luck right now, right? And as a matter of fact, because it's your season too, y'all are on the side of luck. If y'all are looking to get committed or hitched this season or like figure out that vibe, you just might. In the other sidebar, there's a Justice card. So the Justice card goes on two ways, because at the end of the day, at the bottom of the deck, we had the 10 of Wands. So the Justice card for y'all Scorpio is working out in one of two ways. Either if you were in the right, wow, look at this, all the things I was aiming for. If you were in the wrong, get back to work. You're going to have to put in them hours. You're going to have to put in that time. You're going to have to look over the Taurus, be like, how are you so consistent about this? But they'll probably tell you though, you know what I'm saying? You really enjoy these lives? Thank you. I be yapping for a living. You know what I'm saying? I've been keeping y'all entertained for an hour while still teaching y'all things and still raising the collective consciousness while expressing my divine masculine presence and also honoring the feminine. Who would have thought? How many people do you know? Because I read for 8 billion of them every single day. Every single day. Let me stop. All my life I had to fight. Okay. Let me stop being a goofball. This is gonna be for Virgo. Let's get into Virgo. I'm gonna just push through. I'm gonna push through. For those of y'all who are looking for a mini reading, I am way more focused on those, especially on you, I promise. Okay. Virgo, we have the World card. The World. Sorry for those of y'all who listen in the headphones. I'm JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you don't know, figure it out. Shadow Dio. Anyway, the World card. And I just say at the beginning, the world about to change. Also, shout out Art. Shout out to you, brother. But the World card, right? And guess what? Wish fulfillment. The 9 of Cups. Look how happy this man is. He just took all the cups. Look how happy he is. Virgo, it looks like y'all are getting a new set in abundance. You're getting like a new level of abundance. For a lot of Virgos, honestly, at least from like what I've been perceiving, y'all been kind of going through it. Y'all been in the mud. You know what I'm saying? And I think part of the reason why y'all been in the mud for a while is because like y'all started working on the wrong things. Oh, this is for Virgo. I apologize. This is all for Virgo right now. No, if I didn't say that, that's my bad. But for Virgo, this is one of those situations to where it's like y'all been stuck in the mud for a long time, and now the world is starting to finally open, and the wishes that you want to are coming through. The only thing that you have to do is not be so caught up in your old situation that you forget about the future that's actually lying right ahead of you. Because despite what you might feel, you're going to be important during this Pluto and Aquarius too, because you're going to be the checks and balances between the new stuff coming through where it's like, I don't know about that. And then in the old stuff that was there being like, that was the best thing ever. Y'all are going to really be that in-between part for a long time. And it's going to happen stupidly quick. I'm just going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Yes, for the Virgo risings, get your money, facts, soulful. And that's the whole idea, right? That it's like, you're going to get your money. You're going to get your bread up. But although wishes get fulfilled, when you're creating this new world, you need to really keep the space out of love. Don't get so caught up in the rat race. Don't try to step on something else or you will screw yourself over. Just want to be honest with you. Something I'm definitely sensing with that. All right. So for Pisces, let's get to it. Pisces. Pisces. You're all that I see. Pisces. Let me stop. Oh, Pisces. I told y'all that instant manifestation was finna get y'all in trouble. I've been told y'all that. How many times y'all been in my lives? I was like, don't do. Pisces, y'all are in your bag right now. Y'all are in your bag. I'm not saying y'all are downside. I'm not saying it's a permanent situation. But right now, you're gonna have to take a second. You know what I'm saying? All this to say, whatever you've been trying to uphold, maybe this is a perception. Maybe this is just a way that you come across to people. I think that this Seven of Wands has a lot to do with like y'all are trying to uphold a certain thing that you know isn't actually real. Like I think like when it comes to Pisces, it's like this is like you trying to tell, let's say, I hope this isn't the case, but also life is life. Oh, like this reminds me of someone who's like, oh yeah, like I'm totally a doctor. And then they're like, oh, I told my parents you're a doctor. They can't wait for you to come through and show you their medical license. And you're there like, can I print out a medical license? And blah blah blah. Pisces, sit this one out. This full moon, like literally sit this one out. That's my best advice I could have. Why? Because you have to sit down. You have to allow yourself to feel through those feelings. You have to allow yourself to let go of those parts. This isn't like a bad situation, but this is to also just kind of show y'all with the energy and the ability to like really pull in from the ethers the way you do have to keep a way better responsibility moving forward from that. Because all the manifestation stuff that Pisces has been able to do throughout Neptune and Pisces, once Neptune goes into Aries, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same, right? LOL, not claiming it, but I was up night all last night. Wait, for real? The whole idea behind this isn't like it's the worst card in the world, but like you might be a little restless. You might have, I'm gonna be just transparent, you might have like a nightmare or two. It's not on some like terrible stuff, but it's just trying to teach you to reignite and stick up for what it is that you believe in. But you are dealing with an honest phase of like change that's going on. And I think that just to prepare you, this isn't to scare you at all, but there is this like heaviness that's kind of coming through with this impact to Neptune. And you're going to be like, are my dreams even real? Is love even real? This is a part of the process. This is a phase. This is the release. Like, yes, all those things are true, but this is the release necessary for that. And if you're fighting too hard against that feeling that you're getting, where you might want to sit out, where you might want to just let yourself flush through, it's not going to be as fun. I'm just going to be super honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I do not want to ill prepare y'all for this full moon and have you be like, well, he said it. No, like take the time out. If you got the chance to sit out this weekend, literally just sit out this weekend. If everyone's like, hey, yo, pull up to, don't even do all that. Give yourself some time. Now, unless they say something that's on your dream thing, right? Where it's like, oh my God, well, hold on. I can't even use any celebrities right now for real. Because everybody been on some weird stuff in the last bit. Oh, the guy from the restaurant that you like, he's over here. Like, you should pull through now. I'll be like, I'll see y'all next week. That's my suggestion for y'all, Pisces. Yeah. Nah, she's like, I like the Taurus reading better, but the Pisces one is hitting. All the readings finna hit. I just wanted, like I said, I want to be honest. I want to let y'all know that what's coming up when it comes up, and I think that y'all can navigate that. But take your time. Okay, I've been talking a lot about y'all. Let's get on over to Capricorn. So we're doing Capricorn, and we're going to Cancer after that. So for Capricorn, you capricious cappers. You capricious captains. Okay. Let's get it. Okay. So we have, I don't know where banana pudding pulled up, but I respect it. Okay. I just looked over and said banana pudding. I'm like, how? Do I need to know something about banana pudding? Okay. So as a Cappy sun, as a Capri sun, you are in a waiting phase, Capricorn. Y'all are waiting for y'all just desserts after all of this Pluto and Capricorn that's been going on. Everything's been falling apart, and the Capricorn energy people are just there like, no worries, I'll stay strong for you all. And as soon as Pluto goes into Aquarius, every Capricorn is going to be like, Capricorn, y'all might even go and have some fun. That's how real it's going to be. The change is going to be uncanny. I cannot wait for y'all to tap into that power. And the reason why this is so interesting is because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. And at the end of that, okay, there we go. I did that because it wasn't focusing right. What is wrong with me? Okay, when we have this though, this right here for my Capri Suns, you're sitting in the power of the passion that you did. Like you are, Capricorn is honestly in a confident space right now. And if you're like, oh, I don't know, you're going to be good. Like, trust me, when it comes to this exact phase in this change that's going through, Not the banana pudding. I'm sorry, that was a chat. That's great. I love that. Okay, but okay, go gang. What's up, Mar? How you living? So the idea when it does come to all this, right? Capri rise. I love that. Capri Sun does come from Capricorn. Maybe. I don't know. They're pretty fire though. I almost bought some yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. I saw those. I was like, you know, sometimes you gotta heal your inner child, you feel me? Back to the Capricorns, the old folks of the zodiac. I have Capricorn placements, so I can say that. But the idea though, right? I forgot what I pulled the first time. Screw it, Capricorn. Y'all get another card too. You get another card. I was talking too much. The work ahead is still there, because of course it is. Y'all know what y'all do. Come on. As a matter of fact, y'all were saying Capri Sun a second ago. Look at this. Look at this. Capri Sun. Capri Sun. Look at that. Wow, who would have thought? But genuinely speaking, right? There is this like work to be done, but there is a sigh of relief because that big looming Pluto is a smaller planet with BDE. So like with this big looming coming through, right? You're going to start to see the light a little bit more. But y'all are going to start to step out of that a little bit. So just want to point that out for y'all. It was a 4 of Cups, yes. They are waiting for more work to happen, ironically. But the struggle that used to come from that is going to be way different than what it was before. So that's going to be a great thing. Good for y'all. Okay, for my Cancers, let's get it. For my Cancer, sun, moons, and rising. Yeah. Oh. Man, hold on. No. The cards were trying to play me a second ago. 1 second. Cancer, something's coming up for y'all because the cards were just trying to play me. I was like, hold up. Hold on. Let's get this. Hold up. Let's get this. Indecision will arise. Can't sing this song anymore once the Diddy stuff comes out, but that's okay. It's not here yet. Anyway. Okay, so with this right here, this is your indecision going on. And I'm gonna point it out like this for Cancer. You are surfing a tsunami in terms of like, I can go this way, I can go that way. And what I really see from this Cancer is that that's where your mood is about to be during this full moon in Taurus. You want to be like, do I really be in a moody mood? Or do I just chill? And to be so honest, Cancer, the full moons always impact y'all way more top of them. Yes. But the idea is like to give this whole full moon, it's going to be impacting y'all way more than everyone else, right? Especially on this, we have the 9 of Pentacles. It's kind of like y'all are walking through a lot of new, beautiful things that are definitely pulling through. However, you're going to like not necessarily know like what you need to choose. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Cancer, for some of y'all, this is going to be about a partner. It's going to be about someone that you're trying to rock with. You're going to be like, oh, like, I just don't know which one. I'm so pretty, right? Speaking of sidebar, I was thinking about Selena Gomez, because Selena Gomez is like peak Cancer woman for like what it represents in my personal mind. And why she paid for her man to get sexiest man alive? I'm offended. I ain't gonna lie, I'm mad offended. And I don't like to poke at nobody, but I'm telling you, that man do not look like that. And they shifted his face so he looked like Jack Harlow a little bit. He do not look like that. Sexiest man alive. People magazine, y'all gonna need to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? We gonna need to fix that next year. Y'all gonna, if he can get it, I can get it. Come on. But honestly, Cancer, y'all are really about to be in this whole new position, in this whole new space, in terms of like how you're getting to go through. And the reason why I thought about Selena Gomez is because like every single person who has been clowning about how her man is not the most handsome guy in the crowd. But you want to know what she did? She did the Cancer woman move. She did a great move. She said, I might, maybe, I don't know. This is a legend. This is hearsay. And I love Selena Gomez. I can't talk too much. You know what I'm saying? But she put in a couple of dollars to make that happen. I'm more than sure. I'm more than sure she had a little of that. Me adding sriracha to the neuro spicy people. Get the if you can find the sriracha seasoning, it'll change your life. Anyway, all that's to say, Cancer. Oh, and at the bottom of this, as I just open this up, for Cancer, you also got the Queen of Pentacles. And what I just talk about, and I just say that, the Cancer shorty just paid a little bit of money to have their person just be at the top of all the things. Just know, no matter, I know that y'all are like indecisive right now, Cancer, but wherever you do choose to put your energy, you're going to be doing so from a very royal, high energy, divine point. So ain't bad at all. So now that we're done with the earth and water signs, y'all usually go afterward. So, you know, y'all got first this time. But appreciate y'all being here. For anybody who is still here, make sure that y'all leave a like down below. Make sure that y'all drop a comment down below if you can. I know that we can do the live chat, but I think you could drop comments during the live stream. If so, that just definitely helps the channel. I'm not doing anything. Cut myself. Not doing anything for the algorithm because it's Pluto and Aquarius. We are the algorithm. But genuinely speaking, it just gets more people to know that we here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get me to the YouTube space so I could tell people how astrology really get down. You know what I'm saying? Let's have it really pop off. All right, this is gonna be for my fire and air sign folk. We're gonna start off with Aries, hop over to Libra, end it off like that. All right. So for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. All right. Fire and air now. Let's get into it. So for Aries, we have the Queen of Wands. And here's the thing about this. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing about this. When I look at this bottom of the deck, Aries, y'all are leaving behind a dark night of the soul. Okay, but honestly, y'all are leaving behind a dark night. Europe and the astrology clerp. Anyway, Aries, y'all are leaving a really bad place. Aries, if y'all been broke, destitute, don't got no hoes, don't know what's going on in your life, don't know how to move your energy, don't know how to be yourself, well, guess what? Queen of Wands, you're gonna be good. No worries, it's gonna be good. You just have to accept that you're more talented than you give yourself credit for. No, but genuinely speaking, like y'all are about to really step into this full moon of Taurus in a way where it's like, since your values are coming through, even if you can understand that you can still emanate that brand of royalty, that brand of confidence, that brand of power, even when you're at your worst, this full moon is going to be like, okay, as we step into the next part, y'all are them. Y'all are exactly what you wanted to be. We're leaving behind that old world, right? That square that you were dealing with Pluto and Capricorn is pretty much ending. Y'all get the chance to really like step up and be yourselves in a way that's a little bit different. But for those of y'all who are so caught up in the old world of what's going on, you're not going to make it through like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's like, there's a lot of beauty that's coming up, Aries. There's a lot of like new opportunity that's happening. There's a lot of money to be made, to be honest with you. Let that roll through. Y'all gonna be all right. It's for Libra. Also, the more that y'all are here for, and I see y'all in the chat for whatever signs here, the longer I read that for. Y'all know that, right? I hope that, that was always a little secret of mine. I'm like, if I keep seeing a bunch of people in it, you know what I'm saying? Usually how I go. Anyway, Libra. The other Venusians. Hi, Libra. How's it going? Anyway. I'm Martian, bro. I'm ruled by Martian. Like, you know, I love me a dope Venusian. It's just how it go. You know. Y'all like my passion and flair or something, or whatever y'all say. I don't know. So Libra. We have the Strength card for you, you, and you. Libra, y'all are about to exit your hermit stage soon. Or you're going to be in your hermit stage, but still pull up with the Strength. Libra, you're still going to pull up with the Strength, even if you're hanging out in your house hiding from the world. The reason why I'm saying this, though, like, just so you know, right? For Libra, this is one of those circumstances to where you're going to be, I thought y'all been withdrawn for the last bit, but it was just to remind you of your heart I think what happens, and I'll talk about this every once in a while, sometimes Libras get so caught up in their relationships and the social vibe and all this stuff that they have to be for everybody else that they're like, oh, I forget that I'm cool when the lights go out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Libras have this tendency to forget their own vibe in that regard. And this is one of those reminders that's coming through with this energy that like y'all are about to really turn up. When Pluto goes into Aquarius, it's going to be impacting y'all too. And when we're like, we need another opinion, there's going to be a Libra that flies through, be like, this is pretty, that's stupid, and I like the color of your background. And I'll be like, the Libra, for real, y'all about to really start coming through in terms of this, right? Shout out to you, Art. Appreciate the confirmation on that. I hope that this reached you, you know what I'm saying? And I hope that you keep on moving. That's a true soul poet, you know what I'm saying? I hope that you keep that moving and keep it moving forward. Speaking of soul poets, that's also a similar vibe going on with the Libra vibe. Y'all are finding the strength back in your heart to express your heart to everybody else beautifully and charming and engaging, and they don't know. Anyway, all that to say, that's really what's going on, at least with the Libra part. I have nothing else to say. Y'all know, y'all already know. There's your confirmation. All right, so I see that we have a Leo rising in here. Okay. Let's get it. So for Leo, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it a stack. That's what I do. Y'all got the 5 of tennis balls, pentacles. But y'all got the 5 of pentacles. So y'all, here's the way I see this. Leo, I think in the last bit, y'all have been really trying to open up your heart or shoot your shot to somebody, but like really bring that like info or information coming through, right? But the 5 of pentacles is like, there's something that's really solemn about this change that's going on. And I think what's going on with y'all, Leo, y'all are feeling this Mars and Leo that's about to come up. Trust me, I will break this down as it gets closer. Because Mars and Leo retrograde is one of the most important transits that's ending off this year. I will come back for that. So just know that if you're feeling a little bit down, Leo, this is because you're getting that makeover you want. You want to know what this is, Leo? I'm going to keep it a stack. Leo, some of y'all going cringe like crazy. Hey, guess what, Leo? Y'all hairdresser just quit the shop you've always been going to. That same person who been doing your hair, you're not there no more. They moved on to other things. They forgot to tell you they was leaving. You have an appointment. You have an event you got to go to. They know exactly how to cut your hair. They know your roots. They know the layers you have. They know what the coloration that you need, the toner that you need, the shampoo that you need. And they know it so well that you never even picked up on it. You're just going to go to them. But now they're gone. And Leo, I hope this is not the case. I'm not wishing on nobody. But Leo, they gave you a haircut. And you told them you wanted this here. You said, I want this right here. But they put it right there. Oh. Yes, I have some dramatic. And now y'all are like life is different. Life is weird. Leo, don't forget that y'all are charming. Don't forget that y'all have the heart. You know what I'm saying? Even so for right now, he said, hey, they may not stay. Make sure, this is my biggest suggestion, right? Make sure that you still approach life with that happy heart and exuberance. You meet that, I'm using the hairdresser analogy. So you meet that new hairdresser, you love up on them like you would with your regular hairdresser and watch how they're able to start to adapt. Is it going to be the same off rip? No. It might take 1 or 2 or 3 haircuts to get that like together. Right? But once you get to the second and third one, oh shoot, it's perfect. So there is some struggle coming up emotionally, I would say, for y'all, Leo, but just know that there is like some light on the other side, and you need to definitely remain in that like the best you can, because it will get better. Straight up, it will get better. But this is the test, and you're feeling the pressure of Pluto shifting into Aquarius. There's no way around that. I'll be honest with you. Y'all gonna be good. Y'all gonna be good. Aquarius. Speaking of Pluto, Aquarius. This is your card pull for this full moon. Okay. Aquarius. Get your to work. Get your to work right now. Right now. Get to work. Get to work. You know that genius, crazy idea you thought of that no one else believed in? I believe in you. So do the cards. Get to work. Get it going. What you looking at me for? Cut the stream off right now. Cut the cameras. Don't actually cut the cameras. I really work hard for this. Go. Get on out there. You want to know why? You want to know why? Y'all got the Ace of Wands. Y'all got the Ace of Wands right now. You are about to get the Pluto going through in a little bit. And make sure that you are aiming your, not arrow, because that's my thing. Make sure that you're aiming your gourd. I think it's a gourd. It's the holding water thing. All this to say is that basically Aquarius, y'all up. Y'all are up. It's full moon and Taurus is going to tell y'all how y'all up. Y'all about to land into some new opportunities y'all ain't never seen before. People going to randomly fall in love with you. It's going to be great. You know, Aquarius, y'all are up right now. I got to say, y'all are up right now. And y'all weird selves are going to find out exactly how. And I can't even tell you how, because y'all going to make it up on the spot. Y'all know better than Pisces. No, but I love both of y'all. I love Aquarius and Pisces. So I'll talk crap to y'all. You know what I'm saying? All this to say, let's move on. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all, Aquarius. I think they're Pluto said, let them figure it out. All right. So, and this is going to be the last people. This is for Gemini and Sagittarius. I'm trying to keep this down to 1 hour and 30 minutes at a time. You know what I'm saying? Just like other things I do. Like reading books. So, okay, so I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. I need to shut up. I just want to shut up. All right, so let's get to this. We're going to Gemini. Oh man, I need to stop. Sorry for anybody watching this and their youth is around. My fault. I'm just feeling better, so I'm talking. I don't have the censorship that I normally do right now. For myself, because you know. So Gemini. Speaking of not censoring yourself, Gemini. Right. Let's get it. We have the World card for you too. So both Mercurial signs got the World card. So y'all better speak that world into existence. And Gemini, I'm not gonna lie, when y'all get into Pluto and Aquarius, y'all about to yap your way into power. Oh man, we did see that happen. That's crazy. We saw someone yap their way into power and just a bit. That's crazy. Yeah. Such choice words. Anyway, genuinely speaking, Gemini, y'all are literally bringing in this whole different vibe. Y'all are bringing in a whole different moves. Y'all about to be on different time in Gemini. Gemini, y'all about to be like pulling up like you Leo. I ain't gonna lie. You want to see someone talking with their whole chest. You're gonna be like, who's that? And they're gonna be like, what do you think I am? And they're like, you're a Leo. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm that sign you guys pretend to hate. You know what I'm saying? Like Gemini, y'all about to be on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about to be on. So with that being said, make sure that y'all are speaking things to existence, because the one thing I have to point out though, if y'all, I don't claim nobody. I don't claim nobody that wear no suit and do no something like nothing like that. I don't. None of them. Wanna know why? Because Pluto and Aquarius is the power of the people. It's the power of community. It's the power of like what's going on in your world. That's the big difference. That's what people don't see. Everyone's concerned about the outside and they're forgetting what are you doing in your world to get things together. Gemini, y'all about to be yapping your way into power with that too. So make sure that you talk that, speak your truth, bring that out. You get what I'm saying? We're going to be the lifted Gemini energy, as you should, house cat. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? There's going to be Geminis that got to talk about some things that other Geminis don't agree with. But that we need all of the perspective. So Gemini, make sure that you pull through, because what you're building and making in this world is going to be very valuable. Very valuable. Okay. And last but certainly not least, we have Sagittarius. Let's see what's pulling up for this. Who we got? Sagittarius. It's almost our season, dog. But guess what we got to do with this full moon? You got to get nostalgic. Watch you that old movie, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch you some old flicks. Watch you your favorite old show. As a matter of fact, Sag, I would sit out this week too. Want to know why? We have the Hermit card. Take time to take some time. Take some time to take your time. Take your time to just explore your mind. When's the last time you just like played pretend in your brain? Like, when's the last time you just like looked at somebody and just imagined them slipping? Like, that would be funny. Obviously not for no reason. You know, we Sagittarius are clowns. It's like, ha ha ha, they fell, but they're perfectly okay. Good for them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of energy Sagittarius be on. Someone the other day was like, yo, I forgot her name off the top of my head, but I appreciate you. And if you're watching this, much love. Yeah, y'all left a comment I didn't get to respond to yet because life be lifing. But it was like, yo, I need a masterclass on Sagittarians because I just don't understand y'all. I genuinely was thinking about doing some type of like Sag marathon thing. I don't know what that looks like yet. But I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. I think some other people do similar stuff, but I'm like, what if I just popped up and gave y'all a new astrology thing to learn like every day? Just thought about it. If anyone else steals the idea, just give them this video and know that I have marked them in my own season. Don't you do that. But nah, it's not even that serious. But on the real part, genuinely speaking, Sag, this is a really strong part to get into the nostalgia portion of the thing, and also the Hermit card, right? Let yourself remember that you are the magic that you chose to be. Remember the wisdom of what you're doing. And the more that you're able to like separate the role of having to play a certain part and letting yourself engage more into that, more like, this is the real Chiron time for those of y'all who are familiar. And if you're a Sag watching this and you don't know who Chiron is, how dare you? Go watch the Chiron masterclass right now. I did that for us. Okay. Literally, I have reached peak caffeine, peak clown, and I've said all I can about the full moon. So what I can say to y'all as we end this off, I'm going to say something profound. I'm going to do a little marketing, and then I'm going to tell y'all are pretty and keep it going. So to end this all off, y'all are pretty, beautiful people. Love y'all being here. The pretty people of the internet, come here. Okay, but genuinely speaking, this full moon of Taurus, like really let yourself let go. You might not know how to do that, but letting go is as simple as breathing if you choose. Letting go is as simple as drinking a glass of water. The letting go is as simple as brushing your teeth in the morning. Letting go, let the letting go be as simple as something that you would just normally do. And if it's easier for you to be like, even if your intention and affirmation is I let go of all that doesn't serve me for this full moon, there's a lot more magic you could do. I'm literally feeling this right now. I ain't gonna lie. So shout out to y'all in the chat. I'm feeling y'all. Okay. I see y'all sending me love. Okay, I feel it. I appreciate y'all. I don't know who's doing it, but I appreciate you. Yeah, that's probably all of y'all, to be honest. But genuinely speaking, right? This whole change that's coming through this full moon has to do with you accepting your value, accepting your worth, and knowing that your emotions and the feelings that you have are a part of the greater whole. And that's opposite Uranus. So, okay, I have to go. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all showing up. I've been miserable for like a week straight, so the Sag-isms are doing that. Happy almost season to me. If you want to get me something for my season, buy a reading. Buy my readings before I get a new website, because then they will look a little different in terms of pricing and all the other stuff. So if you want to make sure I have a great end to my 2014, please buy a reading. If you want to make sure you have a great start to your 2025, come through for the 90 days. I'm going to change your life. A lot of people be doing coaching and stuff like, oh, I want to go see this coach, a life coach. It's like, oh, yeah, but was he able to look at this and then be like, hey, here's how your life's going. Here's how you can change it. Oh, here's the energies. Oh, let me pull some cards for you. I bet they don't. I bet they don't. I bet they don't. Anyway. No, I love y'all too, yo. For real, for real. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I've been going back and forth about, am I going to keep these live? And I think I am. I'm keeping the new moon and full moons one live and for free for the people. I love doing the mini readings afterward. And I just appreciate each and every one of y'all being here for real. Sometimes it takes a lot of 2014, you being nostalgic. You shut up there. Don't you know about this? No, but on the realist part though, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all who are here to show this love. You know, this last 2 weeks, I really had to like, and I mentioned it briefly, but I really had to dig into like a lot of where I've been coming from and where I'm going. So like, I really do appreciate y'all. I'm not finna cry right now, but I do appreciate y'all like so much to just be able to trust in my dreams and be able to activate and help bring out other people's dreams for a living. Help them on the path of life, love, the pursuit of happiness in a way that's like understanding and true. I want to trade it for nothing, yo. For real. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of. And I'm too pretty for that. I ain't doing no Kim Kardashian jump right now. Y'all finna meme me in like 3 years from now. I ain't gonna do that right now. But on the real, if I cry, it's on my time. But not for real. I probably will off this afterward, you know what I'm saying? Get a reading for the tears. 1 tear equals 1 reading. I'm joking, but all this jokes aside, like I really do love this journey, and it's so cool and wacky and fun. So when people are like, what do you do for a living? I'm an astrologer. They're like, well, what does that mean? It's like, it means that I worked from everyone from a person on the street that I read for free because I needed it to some people who are more influential than you may ever be, respectfully, Mr. Random Person who's trying to act oppositional to the idea that I help people for a living. I just really appreciate this. It's been a really deep and heavy week. Facts, Jen. Or one of the Jens in here, because apparently there's multiple Jens according to Jen from earlier. But I appreciate you all, like, genuinely. I don't know what else to say, but just thank y'all. I hope this full moon gives y'all the best change that it can before we enter the Pluto and Aquarius. And I will be back to talk about Pluto and Aquarius again. I have an older live stream I did on it. If you check out my newsletter, and if you want to just watch more stuff, I talked about Pluto and Aquarius beforehand. I think I was mad that day at something. I was talking mad crap in that video. I ain't gonna lie. If I remember it correctly, I was feeling a type of way, but that makes for great content. It's yelling at me. Okay. Go stop it. Okay. Now I'm gonna send it over. Anyway, I just remember that. That's my Pluto and Aquarius video. If y'all want to go check that, leave a comment if you do. Glad you came for yourself through the heaviness. I mean, I do it for myself, but it really does help out the fact that like I do have to pop up, and I hold myself accountable to make sure that y'all get the info that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was really not doing well, I was like, I have to be well before Tuesday to do this live stream, and I literally was day of. I got here, I did my time to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like this day got here, I was like, I have something to do. I didn't know if I was having the energy today. I came up, I showed up for y'all, and half of the battle for all the things you moving forward is showing up. Group hug to the Jens, group hugs to everybody. Come on. Jens included, y'all can come through too. Nah, but for real, appreciate y'all. I don't know how to end this live stream, so I'm gonna just say, okay. For real. Much love. Stay lovely. Stay lovely. And get a reading. What are you doing? Come on. To the stars, to the moon and back.